What it do, God? It's your boy, Trap Astrology, putting live in the trenches on the place you can get real nigga interpretations or translations for astrology and astronomy or anything spiritual. You dig? Yeah. Today we gonna continue on the series with our tarot card translations. We left off on the Hierophant of the Guru, which was telling you about, which was the first card that I would say is like leaving the household, you going and seeking counsel, going out and seeking higher education. Next on the Fool's Journey, we got the Lover's card, or I like to call it Twin, because it's like this card is like heavy on the Gemini energy, heavy on the two energy, heavy on the duality, love. This card is like pure love. If you put love on the card, this is probably it. So like this card is all about like commitment. It's all about relationships. But like don't get it twisted. It's not like when this card get pulled, it can mean your love relationships and shit like that if that's the situation that you in. But this motherfucker is really pertaining to like a more broader spectrum when they say relationships. This could mean a relationship with yourself. And when I say that, I mean you could be a nigga who work a 9 to 5, but your true passion is like, making TikToks or something, or wanting to be a social media star or some shit. So every night, you know what I'm saying, you got two different selves. Like, you got your regular everyday self that, do your 9 to 5 to pay the bills and live in this 3-dimensional realm. But then you got your creative side that you really get your shit off on. And, sometimes if you pulling out this card and that's the situation, this card is basically telling you to, commit more to yourself, commit more to your passions, commit more to shit that you love. You know what I'm saying? This card is also about like assessing current relationships, because on the Fool's Journey, the card is basically where you start looking around. This card like going to college. Like the Hierophant, that's like taking a gap year. You get what I'm saying? Like you graduated and you taking a gap year type shit on the Fool's Journey. This card like going to college like type shit. Like you looking around and you kind of seeing what relationships lasted, what relationships don't last. But not only that, you got to start assessing what relationships are good and bad. And you got to start, if the ones that's bad, you ain't necessarily always got to cut them off, but you want to take shit from the relationship that you got that's good, and you want to add them to your relationships that maybe is a little more rocky or a little more tense. You get what I'm saying? So it's like this card is all about like assessing your current relationships. Like, but like I said, it ain't as narrow as just your current relationships with, your significant other or something. It could be friendships, it could be family ties. You get what I'm saying? Like, we all got good and bad relationships. Regardless, you might have a friend you met 2-3 months ago, and y'all feel like y'all been kicked friends forever. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? And you might have a family member you've been knowing your whole life that you just can't stand. Y'all never clicked. You get what I'm saying? So you'll want to surround yourself, like, basically this situation is either telling you to separate yourself from the bad relationships or take some traits from your good relationships and try to sprinkle them on your relationships that's bad to make them better. Why is you and this other person clicking? Is it because you really being yourself and you never been yourself around your family? That could be the case. Like a lot of people don't act the same when they around their family for a lot of reasons, but mostly because they scared of repercussions or scared of something, even if they grown or not. A lot of people don't be their true self around their family, and that's why they vibe more with their friends and shit like that. And if you want your family dynamic to be more, to mean more, and be better, you might just want to bring more honesty to the relationship. Like if you and moms ain't cool and it's cause you always high, and moms don't really like weed, you might have to just tell moms like, moms, I know you don't like weed. I try to spray down, but I'm high, and I don't got. The reason why we don't be kicking it is because I be high, and I don't want to be around you because I don't want to get caught being high. You get what I'm saying? That might she probably like, yeah, she might be mad. You know what I'm saying? She might stop fucking with you, but she might be mad and be like, you know what? That's cool, boy. Just make sure I don't smell that shit. You know what I'm saying? Blasey blasey, and might just always make little subtle comments and shit like that. But then your relationship would be better. You get what I'm saying? And or she might disown you, and then you will be better off because shit, you being yourself. And if that person can't deal with you being yourself, then you ain't need them around anyways. You get what I'm saying? So, mama or not, you know, cousin or not, like brother or not. I'm not saying you should just be picking. Not saying you should never look at shit that you doing, but if you want to be a painter and niggas want you to go to school to be a lawyer or some shit, and y'all just can't see the eye to eye and they disown you, then they just gonna have to just disown you. Shit, fuck you talking about? Like, I don't know how else to put that shit. You know, like these niggas. When this car get pulled out, like I said, most people will tell you like it's like I said, it's love in its truest form, but love is complicated because and love come in different forms for everybody else. So it's like this car to me is, like I said, more so about assessing love. You get what I'm saying? Assessing the love in your life. Like, okay, what people I love that it don't cost nothing. Where the love don't cost a thing. And when I say don't cost a thing, I don't always mean monetary. I mean where it's not tough. The people, like a lot of times, you got people that you meet in your life, friends who you gravitate around. If you're on the fool's journey, and when the fool reached this part, he done already gravitated around, you know what I'm saying, people that talk like him, vibe like him. But this card is about assessing previous relationships. This shit is about assessing people that you knew before you were spiritual. You get what I'm saying? Because not all them relationships got to be mended. You know what I'm saying? Some of them people, you know, I got motherfuckers who I love and I kick it with daily, who not on the spiritual path and who can give two fucks about astrology sign or a tarot card or anything. Like, and all of my niggas don't know about that shit, and it's not really for them. You get what I'm saying? But do that mean I love niggas any less, or I don't kick it with motherfuckers or shit like you said, I hold grudges or anything? No. What you gotta do is you gotta take shit from spiritual connections that are easy. You get what I'm saying? People that like I said, people that you met while you was on your spiritual path that you are vibing with, and you gotta take some of those traits and you gotta put them into those relationships. You get what I'm saying? So if that can go like if on your spiritual path, you be like, oh man, I attract a whole lot of Taurus moons. I attract a whole bunch of Taurus moons or something. And that's cool. And then you figure out, with your placements, why you fuck with Taurus moons or whatever. And you might have a friend who you've been knowing since elementary that's just a Taurus. You get what I'm saying? And you never knew that you never realized all the Taurus-like tendencies that this nigga has. And you might have hated this nigga for it. You might have hated that this nigga always was worried about having the nicest car, or worried about being stable, worried about keeping a job, and worried about, just building stability. Like, Taurus is about having shit, making sure they ain't got to ask another motherfucker for some shit, living in luxury, having the best version of shit. Like, when you on some Taurus shit, you got the best version of shit. They don't just want the car, they want the nicest car. You know what I'm saying? They want the most expensive car, because the most expensive car must be the best car. You know what I'm saying? In their head. So they want to have the best food. They want to smoke weed before they eat, so they food tastes better. They want the best food experience. You might be a motherfucking Scorpio, and you might be all about deep emotions and all about the inner workings of shit, and you never really you fucked with this person, but y'all always clashed, and you never realized why y'all was clashing. Now you on your spiritual journey, oh man, I actually fuck with Taurus energy. You know what I'm saying? When it's in the moon, when it's in the sun, it's like this. But you might can take traits from Taurus moons that you fuck with and apply it to your friend that's a Taurus sun. And now that person a lot more tolerable. Now you know when to go fuck with this person. Oh yeah, I need to go fuck with my Taurus niggas when I'm in my bag, when I feel like going to fancy restaurants, when I feel like going to the club, when I feel like blowing some money. I need to go kick it with my Taurus friends. You get what I'm saying? You might have niggas that you met that was Aries, that was always rowdy Piper is a bitch, that was always on go. You get what I'm saying? That was always amped up trying to be the first to do some shit. You get what I'm saying? And that might have annoyed you. You know what I'm saying? That might have annoyed you. But now, on your spiritual journey, you might have met some Aries. You might have met some niggas with Aries rising, or met some motherfuckers with Aries moons who got them same tendencies. And you might be like, oh, okay, now I understand Aries. Now that I understand Aries energy, I know when to fuck with my Aries sun niggas that I know. Them niggas Aries. Okay, now it makes sense. I know to go fuck with my niggas when I'm trying to be on go, when I'm trying to be aggressive, when I'm trying to be the first nigga to do some shit, when I'm trying to blaze some trails, when I'm trying to aggressively handle some shit. You would know when to be, which will make y'all relationship better. Y'all won't butt heads like that. Y'all maybe not think the same, but you know to what energy to be around when you around those people. And it makes y'all experiences when y'all together that much more abundant. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all might only kick it 2 times a week instead of every day, but them 2 times a week y'all kick it. Them 2 times a week y'all kick it be the best 2 days of the week. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might only link up with your tourist friends like, oh man, we doing dinner on Friday, huh? Oh yeah, we trying out this new spot I got. You know what I'm saying? You always want to try out the new spot, the tourist moon, that your tourist nigga trying to go to. You know they gonna have some fire shit. He ain't gonna lead you wrong. They don't eat weak shit. Anything they eat is pretty much gonna be fire, my nigga, or they gonna be pissed about it. You gonna hear it. So you might always want to go out to eat with that nigga. You get what I'm saying? You might always want to go, if you trying to go do something and you really amped up about it, you really like, okay, I'm really trying to do some shit, and other niggas acting scared, other niggas acting like they ain't trying to do some shit, you might want to go call your Aries nigga. You might want to go hit up a Aries sun, Aries moon motherfucker that you know, and be like, oh yeah, man, let's do this. And they probably be down with that shit. And like I said, they don't even need to know that, like I said, when I say they don't need to know, they probably don't follow the same path that you on. So they just like, oh, I kick it with my nigga on Fridays. They not in their mind, they not looking at astrologically. They don't give a fuck that they a Taurus or that you or whatever, and y'all vibe on Fridays, and they don't even know that's Venus Day. They don't even know none of that. They just link it up because y'all kick y'all. That's y'all thing. Y'all kick it on Fridays. You get what I'm saying? So it's like they never need to know. You know what I'm saying? It ain't for everybody. Everybody ain't in this life, in this realm to build spiritual. Some niggas in this life to experience. Some niggas got second house stelliums and got five, 6 houses in a second house, and they here to literally gain as much stability and run up as much shit as they can and experience as much 3-dimensional shit as they can, which don't entails doing no astrology. You get what I'm saying? Do that mean that, like, really them not being into astrology is them proving that the astrology is right, because it's showing in their chart that they not trying to hear that shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, a nigga, they got plenty Capricorn placements. They not trying to hear that shit. They not trying to hear about their chart in this house and that house if it ain't bringing no stability, my nigga. They not trying to hear that shit. It's not 3-dimensional enough. So they'll never have to know your spiritual reasons why you hanging out with them in the capacity they do. They just know, damn, man, all I know is I've been fucking with bro more. We've been kicking it. I used to didn't fuck with that nigga. I was on the fence about that nigga. We used to just kind of, you know what I'm saying? He used to be kind of funny acting and shit. But lately, man, niggas have been all good, bro. Every time we link up, it's all love and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all relationship would be better. You know what I'm saying? It can grow from this shit because you know what box to put motherfuckers in with this card. Like I said, so this card is all about love. When it come out, it's all about love, yeah. But it's more so about assessing love. It's more so about assessing your relationships and assessing, okay, how should I interact with this person now that I'm on my, like I said, we on the fool's journey here. Like, it's telling a story. And in this part of the story, this part is learning how to love. Like Lil Wayne, How to Love song. You learning how to love. You learning, okay, who I gotta, you know what I'm saying, how can I fuck with this person? Because you can love people in different capacities. You know what I'm saying? In different places. Because everybody different. You know what I'm saying? You meet people in different settings. You meet people at different parts of your life. And they mean different things to you based on that. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't know one person fit no one box, so you gotta put people in their own box and know how to fuck with them and know how to manage those relationships. You get what I'm saying? And and like I said, that's how you grow. You get what I'm, like that's how you grow. Is that like that's how a motherfucker who sell dope and a nigga who in the NBA can be friends for 20 years and they paths never cross. The nigga, you know what I'm saying? The nigga with the street shit never get the NBA nigga mixed in his shit, and the NBA niggas never get mixed, like never, you know what I'm saying? Never had a street nigga mixed in his NBA shit because they know how to fuck with each other in a capacity where, you know what I'm saying, we friends, and they know how to fuck with each other to where our relationship can last and grow, and it don't hinder neither one of us on our own path. You get what I'm saying? So that's exactly how, like I said, you could be a motherfucker who do tarot readings and spiritual chart readings all day, 24/7, and your best friend literally worked 2 or 3 jobs and, you know what I'm saying, fresh out of college, you know what I'm saying, stacking up resources for their 401ks and doing real 3-dimensional shit and never ever get into astrology. Don't even know what time they was born. You get what I'm saying? You could still be friends with that motherfucker and have a long-lasting relationship with that person even if they don't share the same spiritual path as you. Like, you ain't got to exclude all the people. Long as they ain't, long as they not, raining on your parade all day. You get what I'm saying? Long as they just not sitting around like, oh, I don't know why you do this astrology shit. You need to do what I'm doing. Long as they accept you, then you can be accepting to them. You get what I'm saying? Niggas ain't, a lot of motherfuckers truly don't be giving a fuck. Niggas be so, like, a lot of niggas who really not into astrology, a lot of them niggas so caught up in the rat race that they can care less what you trying to do. That's kind of up to you, bro. It don't make them eat. What you eat don't make them shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't really give a fuck if you want to do tarot cards and do a little witchcraft shit to them. That's like a little voodoo witchcraft shit to them. That's just shit that don't mean, to them it don't make no sense. But shit, if you making money, you can do all the shit that they doing and not have a job, they be like, shit, more power to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't gotta be on the same spiritual level for y'all to be friends and shit. So this card is all, like I said, this is what this card is about. Now we can hop in this book real quick by Tina, the tarot book. Y'all know Tina, and see what the fuck she got on deck for the lovers. And yeah, some keywords she got is love, relationships, union, choices, commitment, duality, lust. Like that duality, that's big 2 energy. Duality, that's big like Gemini energy, twin. That's why I say this motherfucker like the twin card. She talking about analyze love, make a commitment. Yeah, like, this card is about committing to your path. You get what I'm saying? This card is about, like I said, if you pull this card and let's say it ain't about no situations where you already cool with all your friends and all of that shit. This ain't about that. Like I said, this could be about embracing your spiritual path. This could be embracing shit that you really love. If you really like baking cakes and you work at a call center 9 to 5 and you really don't be having time to bake cakes and shit, then that means this card is telling you might need to put in for like a change of hours and like try to change your hours at work, or like try to go find a different job that's like less demanding, but you still make a lot of money or still make the same amount of money to sustain yourself, and you still got the ample amount of energy to go bake your cakes and post your shit and do all the shit you gotta do to become a cake making ass nigga. You get what I'm saying? Like, this card is about committing to that. Committing to yourself. Like I said, it ain't just about the relationship with other people. It's about the relationship with yourself. And because we all got different sides that we play and different faces that we got to put on when we go in the world. You get what I'm saying? Like, a motherfucker that's spiritual and do herbal care and do all that shit still got to go to the doctor and see and use their devices and see what the fuck is wrong with them. They might not have to take their medicine. They might do their own. They might do their own remedies. But to find out what's wrong with them, they got to go into the 3-dimensional world and go to the doctor. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's a face you got to put on. When you go to the doctor, you're not finna be in the doctor talking about, oh yeah, I'm a spiritual healer. I do this, that, and the third with herbs. I don't need to be doing this, that, and that. Because if you was that arrogant with your herbs, you wouldn't be at the doctor. You get what I'm saying? But You got to understand and use the three-dimensional realm for what it is. It's here for a reason. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to get too lost in the sauce to where you forget that you still have to exist. You get what I'm saying? Like, now, if you a motherfucker who got spiritual ways of finding out what's wrong with you, then, you know, more power to you. But most motherfuckers gonna probably have to go to the doctor. Even if they gonna heal themselves, they probably gonna have to go to the doctor if they want to really find out what's wrong. They probably gonna need a real MRI, a real CAT scan, you know, a real X-ray. They gonna really need that type of shit to figure out what's wrong with them before they go back and figure out what herbs they need. They gonna need the diagnosis first. You get what I'm saying? So this card is about, like, is that energy? It's like putting, sometimes you gotta learn how to wear your face and wear your other face too. You get what I'm saying? If your job is too demanding, or you giving too much of yourself to other people to where you can't do shit that you trying to do. If you could have a podcast going on where you and your friends got a podcast and y'all recording 4 or 5 times a week, and y'all recording so much that you ain't really got no content to do your own shit. This might be the card to be like, man, hey bro, like, be committed to, hey, I could only be on there 2-3 times a week because I need to do my solo shit a couple times too. I gotta have energy to do that. You gotta be committed to your path too. You get what I'm saying? And you got, like I said, and that's also assessing your relationships. You get what I'm saying? Because you assessing your relationship with yourself. So you don't ever want to leave no parts of yourself in the dark. You want to give yourself all parts to grow. You don't want to be like the Hulk out here where, you know, Bruce Banner out to all the time, and then every time Hulk hop out, he act like a 2-3-year-old kid because he ain't never have time to grow. You want to give all your parts inside. You want to give them ample time to be able to blossom, to be able to grow, to be able to mature. So, you know, building healthy relationships with them is about what this card is about. You know what I'm saying? The love card. Like I said, I'm already 20 minutes in. I hate to even be so fucking dragging these bitches on. But like I said, this was the lover's card, or I like to call it twin.